this is Matt for AVNation.tv. We are here in lovely Las Vegas, Nevada for Infocomm 2018. We are in the Draper booth with Kevin Barlow. Kevin, how are you?
I'm doing great, having a great show.
Excellent. That's what we like to hear. Kevin, everyone knows Draper for your projection screens, some of your mounting products, some of your shading solutions, but they may not know that you have a very large custom section, specifically the custom audiovisual products division, shall we say.
Yes.
We're standing in front of one of those custom applications using, I believe it's an NEC video wall, where you've built the entire apparatus to house and contain this. This is a really focused project. Tell me a little bit about how you go down that road, where this came from.
Sure. So about a year and a half ago, first of all, I'll say that I've known the company for about 30 years.
Okay.
A year and a half ago, they invited me to visit for the first time. And I coined the phrase, the Draper I never knew, because I had absolutely no idea that the company has the capabilities in the custom space, and they have for many years, but not in the audiovisual realm.
Right.
So there's other divisions, commercial shades, solar control, gymnasium equipment, and custom is everyday business for them.
Yeah.
And so the reason they brought me in was to explore doing that type of business in the AV space.
Okay.
So after doing some market research, I said, absolutely, there's a huge opportunity here. And we began this initiative over a year ago, but we waited until this Infocomm to actually introduce it. And the approach that we've taken is partnering with display manufacturers.
Okay.
So you might say that we're working with companies that used to be considered our competitors.
Right.
You know, when you're a screen manufacturer, you're not really interested in supporting companies that are selling video walls, taking away your core business.
Very much so.
But the decision was made, obviously that's where the growth potential is, and especially with DirectView LED, as the resolution has improved and the price points have dropped.
Right.
So this started May of last year, actually. Okay. So we've been doing it for quite a while. At the show here, we have 4 different samples with some of the companies we've partnered with: Sony, NEC, right behind me, D3, Absen. Those are some of the companies. And the relationship is based on not just creating and selling product, but it's actually a true strategic partnership where we're helping them to sell experiences, to sell solutions. So their product by itself, is a video wall or a display, but to be integrated into an architectural space in a way which you've never been able to do before. That's our goal.
Well, and that integration and experience is really such a big part of business these days. And you kind of alluded to it, but the wall we're standing in front of has these amazing side angles and everything else. You can't just go buy that off the shelf anywhere. No one makes that product. When we were looking at the design aesthetic of this, and looking at our spaces and working with maybe an interior designer or an architect to build this space out, how does that relationship with the Draper team work? How does that process happen?
So each of our partners has a different focus within that space. Some are already calling on architects and consultants. Some are specialized in a particular vertical or in a particular geography. Each one's a little different.
Okay.
So we tailor the relationship based on how they're going to market and share those resources and those efforts. The important thing is trying to get involved in a project as early as possible. When you're trying to sell something that's not a display but an architectural element, you want to be involved in the concept stage so the architect can utilize that technology, whether it's a lobby or any unusual application.
Right.
We're not really trying to focus on the classic boardroom. You're going to just put a big screen up on the wall. Yeah. We're looking to do things more creative. That's where the custom element's involved. We're not so much interested in the commodity aspect of mounting.
Of course, very good. We've also seen, again, a curved display over here with Absen, which is a very nice thing. But we're seeing a really custom cool cart here. Penny and I talked about this a little bit before, and I just wanted to get you to give us an overview because it's a great explanation of how, we understand this, and this is really easy to wrap our heads around. But talk to me for a second about the Crystal Sony display card.
All right, so Sony came to us and they said, for our demo systems in this country, we have 2 main issues. Number one It's extremely fragile, so we want to be able to transport it without setting it up and tearing it down from
Right.
scratch every time. Number two, we have a lot more salespeople than we have technical support people.
Okay.
So we want something that can actually be set up by a salesperson. And the third thing I should say is the fact that a 9-foot long case weighing 1,200 pounds doesn't get through your ballroom door necessarily,
Not
or
usually,
around the
no.
corner, on an elevator, on the lift gate of a truck.
Right.
So the idea was, let's separate it in half.
Okay.
Gives a couple of benefits. Number one, it's a lot easier to move around half a screen.
Yep.
And number two, you can use half a screen. It doesn't have to be the full screen.
Right.
So we designed this system, which is specific for Sony. This actually belongs to them. We made it for them. It's their demo system.
Right.
But we have a number of other partners, that are interested in the same type of solution for the exact same reasons.
Very
So it's about coming up with a solution that meets the needs. It's not an end user. It's a manufacturer. That's a great example of something that was not available in the marketplace. We listened to them closely. We collaborated closely. They've been very involved in that process.
Fantastic.
And the benefits speak for themselves.
And it's always nice to see that, that experience and that design thinking come into not just our traditional end users, but even with our manufacturers. So, Kevin, if people want to find out more about this division, as well as everything else that Draper does, where can they find that?
So right on our homepage, there's a custom solutions tab on the homepage. So go to draperinc.com, and you can also find me through LinkedIn, Kevin C. Barlow. I'm pretty easy to find.
Excellent.
So thank you.
Awesome. Thanks so much for your time. For more footage from the show floor and to learn more about AVNation, please visit avnation.tv. That's avnation.tv.